You guys are coming off the type of game that defenses love to play, where you have the chance to be aggressive, you have an opportunity to kind of flex a little bit of muscle. Is that something that evolves over the course of a season? Is that something that as you come out of camp, you come out, first couple of weeks of the season, can a defense, I guess the question is, can a defense get hot just like an offense can?
Yeah, I mean that's any position, that's any group, that's any unit. Um, I think in sports in general, not just football. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of start to find your rhythm. You come together as a group, and a lot of us haven't even played together until now. So we got a ton of talent out there, ton of dudes that bring energy and work every day. So it's just nice to see a small part of that come together.
One of the things that you talked about after the game was what you just said, which is we're just scratching the surface of what this defense can be. How? What is it specifically that you see coming together more so than it is right now?
I think just overall preparedness, having more communication, like being detailed on everything. Like, obviously there's always room to improve. And you don't want to like ever get complacent or take your foot off the gas. So we're trying to be the absolute best we can be in the run game, in the pass game, whatever that may be. Like we're trying to set our offense up for success, set the team up for success.
As a player, and you're still, people don't realize you're still a very young man. Um, as a player, when you get from one season to another, and you came off last year and you made some strides last year as a player, what were you focusing on coming into this year personally for you to try to take that next step?
I think it's getting bigger, faster, and stronger. Developing my knowledge of the game off the field and how I can take care of my body in other ways. Whether that's my diet, my workouts, like rehab, body work, whatever that may be. Just being more in tune with that and really figuring out my body.
How much of what it is that you do as you try to get to the passer comes from experience, film, or even just things that you notice during the game that you can react to?
Yeah, I think it's a culmination of all those things. We put in a ton of work on pass rush, obviously, and just playing the position in general. And TJ and Alex have been a great help. Coach Denzel, also as well. Like it's an everyday thing. Like we're constantly working, constantly trying to find ways to get better, trying to find new moves, um, just trying to find more ways to get to the passer.
Okay, so now I've talked to a lot of pass rushers over the years, and guys have different approaches to how they do things. Is your way, look, I'm going to beat you my way, or are you spending that time reacting to the guys that you're trying to get around?
I think it's a mix of both things. I think a lot of it starts with your prep and watching film and analyzing how to attack the tackle. And like bouncing ideas off of TJ, Alex, Coach Denzel, like we all, we chop it up, even Sawyer, like, and then you get to the game and, sometimes it's not everything you saw on film. And because he's a professional too, like he watched film on you, so he's going to approach you differently, obviously. So then you kind of go from there, and see how that plays out. And that's why I think we have such a great room. Like, after every drive, like we're on the sideline talking about what's working, what's not working, what we're seeing, what the guys on the side are seeing, like, because you can't see everything at once while you're out there. So, we just have a great tight knit group, man, that we all support each other and help each other out in that way.
Is there a move or two that you don't show early, hoping that you're going to be able to unleash something in a big moment later in the game?
I don't think so. I think, anytime you get a chance to rush the passer, like you're trying to get back there and affect him in any way possible. So I wouldn't say that I'm like holding moves back. It's all out every single time.
It's funny because some guys who have been doing it for a long time said, yeah, every once in a while, I'll take one of my moves and I'm going to hold it on my hip so he hasn't seen it. And when we get to a big game situation, I need to get to the quarterback in this spot. That's when I'll spring it on him. Guys look at it different ways. Last thing on the subject, guys who do what you do trying to get to the quarterback have also told me for years, yeah, I'm walking down the hallway in my house And all of a sudden, I find myself getting to a corner, and I'm going to try to turn that corner like I'm doing it in a game situation, or I'm in the kitchen and my wife is there. And see if you can stop me from getting to the dishwasher. I mean, guys look at it that way when they're away from the field. Do you find yourself doing any of that?
Yeah, all the time. Whether it's a poll, whatever it is, like you're always just it's like second nature. Honestly, I think anybody who loves football and loves to pass rush, like everybody does that 1,000%. You could ask anybody in the outside backer room if they do that, and I guarantee they all say yes.
As you get ready for a short week game, guys have told me over the years, there's really not a whole lot physically you're doing because it's such a quick turnaround. Most of it is study and mental approach. Is it easier because you're playing a team that you know pretty well?
I wouldn't say easier. In some cases, it might be a little more challenging, because they know you so well. They know your tendencies. They know how we get down. We're an intimate divisional relationship, so in some cases that makes it tougher, and that makes it a more exciting game, more fun, because you get to see each other all the time. So you know who they have on their team, they know who we have and what we're about, and vice versa.
How much of what you're doing as well when you're studying something like this, obviously the quarterback becomes a really big part of it. And in this case, they've made a change. He's acclimating himself to what they're doing right now. But in terms of who he is, there's a lot of film on who he is as a player.
Yeah. I mean, he's been around forever, like I grew up watching him. He's won a Super Bowl, like he's one of them ones. So he's a vet. He understands the game very well. I can't imagine it's hard for him to pick up an offense. Like he's been doing that at a high level for a long time. So we're gonna have to get after him.
I know it's not your side of the ball, but when you bring in an Aaron Rodgers, a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, and he comes in with the idea in mind that he's going to help get you guys to the next level. What does that do for you guys emotionally, watching him go about his business and coming in and doing what he does?
I think Aaron's been awesome since the day he's got here. He's been very open, very honest, um, very willing to help, not just the quarterbacks, every position on the team, because he's obviously seen it all. He's seen the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows. So and everything in between. So just that knowledge and different perspective of football and life that he has. It's awesome. Awesome to have a guy like that around and just give perspective on things and share his brain with us.
I've talked to your coach many times, and he's been doing it for a long time, actually longer, I think, than I've been sitting in this chair. And he is somebody who is very much a what you see is what you get type of person. He's not going to be playing a whole lot of games in terms of what he says and how he goes about his business. What's it like playing for Mike?
Truly blessed. He's legendary, heck of a coach. He's a player's coach. He's a guy you want to go to battle for. Like, you get out there on game day, like you want to win for Coach T, like you want to win for Pittsburgh. Like he makes you feel that, like in every way possible. Like he makes you feel that Steeler tradition, that culture that they've built, and all the Super Bowls they've won, and everything just that Pittsburgh's about. Like Coach T makes you feel that and understand that from the day you get here. So when you go out there, like it's just more than you. Like you have a whole community, a whole city, like a bunch of legends came before. Like it's just, man, he's awesome. I love playing for Coach T.
Do you feel, even not just from him, but when you're a Steeler, do you feel part of all of that, all of those Super Bowls, all of those great years, all of those Hall of Famers? Is that something that's kind of around you all the time, around every corner?
Yeah, I mean it's everywhere. And I wouldn't. I feel like that's disrespectful for me to say I'm a part of that, because like those guys are the ones who did it. They've put in the work. They earned that. Um, and it's our job to continue that success. To find that, once again, to reach that level that we know we're capable of, that everybody knows the Steelers are, and that's what we do. So, just it's an honor to be able to walk the same halls that those guys did.
Great catching up with you again. Really do appreciate the time. I know you're pretty busy this week. Thanks so much and good luck.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you.